Thank you so much for choosing Southern Homes. It is an honor to get to assist you, and we understand that your home affects your life every day. We take this job seriously and want to provide you the best service that we can. We hope that you find our entire team at Southern Homes to be friendly and helpful. So, you have been approved. We would like to go over a few things with you before you sign your lease. Please take a few minutes to review this video and the important information that we are providing. This will help you better understand what you are signing. Please call our office with any questions that you may have about the information that you are reviewing. You'll be asked to sign something stating that you did review the material and you agree to all the terms.
When you come to sign your lease, it is very important that you keep your appointment and arrive on time. We set multiple appointments throughout the day and need to keep it on a schedule. If you are signing and paying online, there is a little more flexibility, but still has to be completed the day it is scheduled. When you arrive at your lease signing appointment, please bring the money to secure the lease. We will need a money order or check in the correct amount. We do not keep cash in our office and cannot provide change. If you pay by check, it must be verifiable funds. Your rent has to be in a separate form of payment than the security deposit. They do go in separate accounts. Even if you are securing the lease online, they must be separated. We cannot hold or post-date security deposit funds. Please allow us up to 48 hours to get all of your information added to our system. If you have any questions about your lease signing appointment, what to bring, or how to sign electronically, please call our office and ask for Margaret. It is important for us to know who is residing in the home. Anytime there are changes to the occupants on the property, please contact our office. If you have a special circumstance that requires a guest to stay longer than 10 days, please call us to discuss the situation.
We want to take a moment to make sure you understand exactly what you are signing. This is a standard lease, and it may take a little bit more detail than normal, but we want to make sure there are no questions. This is not a month-to-month rental. You are committing to this property, to the owner of this property, and to our team to take care of this home, pay the rent on time, and cooperate with us for a period of at least 1 year. This is a legal binding contract. There is a strict no smoking policy. None of our owners will allow someone to smoke inside their home. Take precautions with the clothes that you have when you come from smoking and bringing it back into the house. We absolutely know that you have the right to smoke, but we don't want it damaging the home. When you smoke outside, we also ask that you not flick cigarette butts onto the sidewalk, driveway, or the yard. Please provide a bucket or a place to dispose of your cigarette butts. You can use sand or even cat litter. When conducting inspections, if we find out that the home has smoke damage, whether it is cigarette butts or smell or discoloring of inside the home, it is grounds for eviction. You will be responsible for restoring the home, and we've had some properties that has caused thousands of dollars to restore. If you have an emergency, we encourage you to call 911. We want to make sure that your family is safe. Your safety is our first priority. If you have a small fire, then notify us immediately. If the smoke detectors that we have provided are damaged, we will replace those. If you have caused the fire, you could be responsible for damages. If you have damaged the smoke detectors or have used the fire extinguisher, we do ask that you replace those. If it is something defaulting in the home, then the property owner would replace those for you. You're not required to have renter's insurance. However, in situations like this, if you've caused damage to the home, then you're responsible for the repairs and restoration. If there are damages to the home caused by a fire that you're responsible for, but you do not have insurance, please don't hide this from us. Most of the time, the fire department has already notified our office. We are required to notify the owner of anything like this happening in the home.
Did you know our lease signing process can be done electronically through our new software system? In our system, we will create a tenant portal for you. You can pay rent online, send messages to the office, submit service requests, and so much more. Please allow us up to 48 hours to get all of your information added to our system. You will receive an email with instructions on how to set up your tenant portal. Your username and password are protected for your privacy. We do not have access, but if you get locked out, we can send a link to reset your password. Your tenant portal gives you instant access to your rental account. You can pay your rent, submit service requests, view your entire account including any balance owed, and your entire rental history.
The great thing about this system is that it will allow us to track the service call, complaint, comment, or task. You will also be able to see the progress, and it will help with our communication. If you need any assistance with that, call our office and our team will walk you through the steps. Once you're in the home, there's a few things that you'll need to know. All of the appliances and everything that comes with the home must stay there. If you change out light fixtures, shower heads, or appliances, you have to leave them on the property. Before you do any major changes like this, we do ask that you contact our property management team. Most of the owners do not want their appliances moved or unplugged. When you move out, you are asked to return the home in the same condition. If you take every light bulb out of the house when you move, you will be responsible for replacing the bulbs. While you're in the middle of moving, it is important to keep the utilities on at the home. This is especially true during the winter months. Appliances that sit empty, especially refrigerators, can grow mold, mildew, and even have damage. If you have any questions, it is important to call your property management team. Please do not discard or throw away any items that belong to the owner. If you move into the home and they have household supplies there, such as leftover paint, extra smoke detectors, filters, or any item that is meant for the home, please leave them there. Do not throw them away. When you sign your lease, you will be given a walkthrough report you can do yourself. For the first 2 weeks that you're in the home, we would like for you to document any damages to the home that may be in need of repair. If you notice a crack, a scratch, or anything broken, please jot it down. This doesn't mean that the owner will correct it. However, it is documented and you will not be held responsible. Anything that is necessary for repairs on the home, please let us know and we'll make sure the owner gets that taken care of for you. Rent is very important. We want everyone to understand that the rent at Southern Homes is always due on the 1st, and that's for everyone. If you move in after the 5th of the month, it will be prorated for your first month. Every month after, it'll always be due on the 1st. It is critical to get these payments in on time so that we can pay our owners on time. Your rent is late after the 5th. The late fee will be added to your account on the 6th of the month if your rent has not been received. It is 10% of the amount of your rent. You are expected to pay the late fee. Please do not ask us to waive your late fee. If the 5th falls on a weekend or a holiday and the rent is dropped off, it will not be credited until the next business day. If you pay your rent online, it's credited the same day. If you pay with a check and it is returned to us non-sufficient funds, we back the payment out of the system. We do charge you a $35 NSF fee, and you will still be considered late because technically we don't have the payment. If the rent is not received by the 7th, we will issue a pay or vacate notice. If you are late past the 7th of the month, 3 consecutive months, you may be asked to move. Anyone late more than 6 months in a calendar year will not be eligible to renew their lease, and you may be asked to move.
Before you make any changes to the home, such as painting or removing wallpaper or flooring, please call or email the office for permission.
This would include painting, ripping out floors, ripping out landscaping, or installing anything into the home. This also includes screwing anything into window sills, mounting anything into the door, the walls, or the cabinets. When you're hanging up pictures, feel free to use a small nail or even the new Hercules hooks. Please do not use any adhesive on the wall. The command strips do not work that well and usually rip off paint and even chunks of sheetrock. If you have used sticky items on the wall and we have to remove them, you could be held responsible for the damage that it causes to the wall. Let's talk about utilities for a moment. You will be required to turn the utilities on in your name within 24 hours of moving into the property. If you move in on a weekend, that would be required for that Monday morning. We also have to have proof of this. So we're going to give you a paper at the lease signing that you'll take to the utility company and they will email it to us so that we can provide proof to the property owner. This is very important. Also, most property owners have it set up to be turned off as soon as the lease is signed. We don't want you moving in and not having access to basic needs such as water. You are required to maintain the utilities in your name the entire time that you're in possession of the home. This is very important during the winter months because you don't want a pipe to break. Whenever you leave the home and go on vacation, make sure you set the AC or the heat accordingly. If you're leaving at Christmas, do not turn the unit off. Please leave it at least 50 or 55 degrees in the home to prevent any damage being done. When you get the utilities turned on in your name, please expect a security deposit from the utility company as well. Some properties out in the county may have utilities at 2 or even 3 different companies. So before you come to the lease signing, make sure you've contacted these companies and make sure that you have the ability to turn on the utilities. Once you sign this lease, you are in a legal binding contract. We do urge every tenant to please turn in a maintenance request in a timely manner. Property owners are responsible for any major repairs done to the home as long as it's not caused by your neglect or damage. Tenants are asked to maintain the home as if it was their own and take care of all minor maintenance needs. If you do have a service call that is not part of your normal maintenance, please email them to our team or submit them online through our system. We love to have it in writing and it helps us track things, and we want to make sure that your problem is heard. This way, you're also provided the opportunity to submit pictures or even video if necessary. Sometimes having those pictures showing the make, model number, and actual issue that item is having can assist our vendors in an extra trip. We also ask everyone, please don't wait till the first of the month to turn in all of your requests. We do have someone available after hours for emergencies. If you have a service call and it is a true emergency and it's after hours or on the weekends, please text our office number at 423-744-3515. If it's not an emergency and it can wait till the next business day, please call our office, leave a message, email us, or submit the request online. An example of a true maintenance emergency would be a bad leak that is flooding, no heat, and no air. If your toilet is stopped up, we ask that you plunge it first, but if it is overflowing, please call us. Property owner will not pay for an after hours or weekend call unless it's a true emergency. If you call in on nights and weekends and we dispatch out help, our receptionist will still call you on the next business day as she creates a file, uploads it into the system, and begins to prepare for billing. If anything happens to where a service technician does not show up or does not complete the job, it is very important for you to let us know right away. We do not have the staff available to sit at your home with service calls either. Please do not ask our team or the vendors to come to your home if you have underage children there unattended. This also goes for when you have pets in the home. We ask that you have someone there with your pet or to put them in a crate while we are there conducting any repairs. You are responsible if your pet bites a worker. So it is very important to notify us and let us know when pets are present in the home, which room they are locked up in, or if they are crated. Vendors prefer to come to the house during normal business hours. Companies do not keep a full staff available after hours. These vendors may only have one person on call, and that serves an entire community. If you work a second shift or third shift job, please let us know and we'll try to schedule it where the repairman can be there first thing in the morning before you go to sleep. But we do ask that you cooperate with us. Most of the licensed contractors do start early, and it might be easy to get them there sooner than you think. We do conduct periodic inspections on the properties. If there is a reported incident with police or by neighbors or serious violation, we will come out immediately. We try to give as much notice on our inspections as possible. We usually start out giving you a quarterly inspection. Once we have established that you're taking care of the home, then we try not to come out as frequently. We want to give you as much privacy as we can. If there's consistent issues, we do have to come out more frequently. We have to maintain the safety of the home. The home inspections are conducted by our team here in the office. Most of the staff members you have met. There's a few things that are important when we do these home inspections. Again, we will give you plenty of notice. We will contact you by phone, text message, email, and sometimes even sending out postcards. But when we are there, we ask that you please be dressed appropriately, treat our people with the utmost respect, and we will do the same for you. But while we're doing our brief inspection, we ask that you please do not touch any of our employees or make them feel uncomfortable in any way. I promise you we will be out of your home as quickly as possible. We will not go into your drawers, your cabinets, your closets, and we will respect your privacy as much as possible. But it is required of us to walk into every room of the house. So please do not ask us to skip a room because someone is asleep in bed. If you are a day sleeper, we will try to schedule your appointment first thing in the morning before anyone goes to sleep. Because again, it is our goal to get everything done on one trip and not have to come back. You absolutely have the right to be there, and we want you there if that's what you want. It is not easy or comfortable being in someone's house when they're not there. However, if you're unable to leave work, we understand, and we will make the appointment with you and leave a card on the counter letting you know that we were there. If you have pets, we ask that you please have your pets being babysat by someone or crated for our safety. We are only in the home 10 to 15 minutes when doing an inspection. We ask that you not submit service calls at this time. The property management team member that is coming to the home to conduct the inspection does not handle service calls. Please do not walk through the house and ask her questions because she'll have 10 to 15 inspections to do in that day and has to stay on task and on time. Don't be alarmed when you see a camera because we will be taking pictures outside of your home to prove to the owners that we have been there. We also have to make sure that your smoke detectors and fire extinguisher work. But we also ask that you leave your fire extinguisher out on the kitchen table or kitchen counter so that we do not have to dig through your cabinets to look for it. If there are any major lease violations discovered, the team member will report those to the property manager and you will be notified. We do ask if there are children in the home, there must be an adult that is responsible for them present. We do drive by monthly just to make sure the property is being taken care of. If you live in the city limits, the cities have codes on the lawns. It is important to stay on top of keeping that yard trimmed because the city can issue a ticket. If you are renting a home in the county and it has a septic tank, you are asked once a month to please flush Rid-X down the toilet. But we also ask that you do not flush wipes, napkins, paper towels, prophylactics, feminine hygiene products, diapers, food, pet food, or any other item other than human waste and toilet paper down your toilet. It is very important to keep your pipes flowing freely. If we send a company out and they pump your septic tank and we find things clogging the line, such as paper towels, baby wipes, and feminine hygiene products, you could be held responsible for that bill. We work very hard to keep the homes working smoothly. Please watch toddlers where they like to flush keys, makeup, and toys down the toilet. You would be responsible for that service call. The lease does specify that you cannot have hazardous chemicals in the home, such as gasoline for your lawnmower, oil, and other explosives. We do not provide a locksmith service. If you lock yourself out of the home, this is not a service call. Do not call our office or text our office asking us to come and let you back in the house. If it is during normal business hours, you're welcome to come to the office and pick up a copy of the key and return it within 24 hours. However, if it's after hours or on the weekend, you're responsible for contacting a locksmith. We will not release a copy of your key to anyone not on the lease. Pets are always a heated topic. Everyone here at Southern Homes loves pets, so we understand completely that your pet is part of the family. However, some property owners have spent hundreds and even thousands of dollars repairing pet damage, so some will not allow them. If this particular property has said no to pets, and we find out that you've snuck them in, it is grounds for eviction. Each property is different. Each owner is different. They may give you permission for one pet, but that does not give you permission to bring more in. Before you go out and adopt an animal, please call so that we can get permission for you to have that pet. If you get permission for a 10-pound Yorkie and something happens to that dog, that does not give you permission to replace it with a 100-pound Doberman. Any changes in your pet family must go through our office. If you have pets, you're going to be required to obtain renter's insurance and liability for that pet. You will be responsible for maintaining that insurance the entire time. I encourage everyone that has pets or wants to have pets to call us and ask questions before something becomes a problem. Your security deposit is the same as the rental amount. So if your rent is $600, your security deposit is also $600. It cannot be used as your last month's rent and can never be used as rent. If you have been approved for pets at that property, the pet deposit also goes in the same account. Once you have fully vacated from the home, including all of your personal belongings, then we will go back to the home and conduct a walkthrough and document the full condition of the house. You are not eligible to receive your deposit back until we have completed this walkthrough. If there's any cleanup or damages done, we do have to take that out of the security deposit and then refund the difference. At the end of the first year, you can go month to month based on the same terms or sign a lease extension. The extension is super easy. All you have to do is call our office. Let us know that you want to renew your lease term, and we'll call and verify with the property owner that they are okay with this. We'll prepare a one-page document that extends your current lease. We do prefer to do this for at least 6 months. At any time that you move, you are required to give a written 30-day notice. You can email your notice to us or submit one online. You can drop off a note. We will provide you move-out instructions at that time. If you are going month to month, remember that the property owner can also go month to month. At any time that the owner wants to terminate the lease, they will also provide a written 30-day notice. If you don't know if you're ready to move or not and you're out of contract, call us and talk to us about your options. It's a good idea to stay in touch with us so that we can assist you. But remember, if you have an extension, that is also a legal binding contract. When you are moving out, please make sure you return the home in the same condition or better Please remove all personal belongings. Make sure you check the basement and the attic for any storage that you may have put there. Make sure you also look at any storage buildings, sheds, or garages. Once you've turned your keys in, you are not to return to the home. You are not permitted back on the property. Please make sure you change your mail in plenty of time. Just before moving out, we will have provided you a copy of move-out instructions that will help you. If you have misplaced those, give us a call. You can come by the office and pick a set up, or we will be happy to email it to you. Make sure you turn the keys into our office. Never leave them at the property. Even if you have to drop them in our night drop located in our front door, make sure you clearly mark them and drop us a phone call or email and let us know they're there. Once you turn your keys in, you are not to re-enter the home. You are not to go back onto the property. Once you have left, you have surrendered your rights to the home. Once you leave the home, you are not to go back even into the mailbox. When you are moving, please do a change of address a week or so before you move from the home. When we conduct the walkthrough, you do have the right to be there. However, we have to schedule that if that's something that you would like to do. Sometimes we can do it the same day you move out. Sometimes it's the next day. But depending on what day it falls on, it could be a couple of days away. We will get to it as quickly as possible. When we are conducting the walkthrough at the property and you are present, please do not follow the team member around. They do have a job to do and they're on a tight schedule. If you have any questions, please wait till they have completed their job. We'll be more than happy to assist you. It can take up to 45 minutes. The property management assistant that conducts these walkthroughs cannot answer any questions about your security deposit. If you have any questions about your deposit, please save those for the property manager. It can take the minimum of 7 to 10 business days to return your security deposit. The state of Tennessee does dictate that we do have up to 30 days to process your security deposit. Usually it does not take that long. However, if there's cleanup or damages that are present in the home, it can delay the return of your security deposit. We cannot release any funds until all of that is completed. We do photograph the home before and after each tenant. We complete a 6-page walkthrough report and we document the overall condition of the home. I believe that we have covered all the major topics that are discussed inside the lease. These are things that are very important that you understand. Again, I did not want you to sign anything that you didn't understand fully. So again, before signing your lease, make sure you ask us if you have any questions.